that's really when I think you guys got big. You got fucking 4 morons getting arrested like it's OJ. I mean, it was unreal. It was unreal. Even Tom knew about it. You know, you see these fucking guys at the fucking court? It's like, what the fuck are these guys? Like, that's the type of shit he would say.
I mean, it was the night after the Colts game. I didn't think it was going to be a thing when I first heard it, and then obviously it spiraled into a huge thing.
Deflategate. Tonight, the New England Patriots are fighting back against accusations of unsportsmanlike conduct.
Deflategate.
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 The so-called Deflategate.
But the fact that they were 11 out of the 12 balls discovered to be underinflated was certainly a big disappointment.
The grip of the football. With a deflated football, it's easier to dig your fingers into the football.
This is one of those dumb things that really doesn't matter.
So you're not deflating footballs, is that?
Not that. Can't imagine.
So there was a huge time gap in between the whole Deflategate controversy and the actual suspension. It just didn't seem possible that he would actually be suspended because they just found nothing. And, you know, the more you heard about Brady offered to turn over his cell phone and there was no evidence that anything happened. So I just didn't think anything would happen.
I drop back, I throw the ball. You know, I grip it and I try to throw the ball. That's the extent of the, me touching the football. So I don't sit there and, try to squeeze it and determine that. If that's what the Colts want to do, then that's what they want to do.
Biggest crock of bullshit going. I played 10 years in the league. My dad was my coach. He coached Joe Montana. We've had footballs in our hands since we were babies. The fact that we're sitting here and I'm doing this in a docu thing about Barstool, talking about this goddamn air pressure again, is embarrassing to the sport of football.
I don't believe there's an equipment manager in the NFL that would, on his own initiative, deflate a ball without the starting quarterback's approval. I just didn't believe what Tom Brady had to say.
When you say they weren't doing it, you just sound like a bobo. You sound like you have no objectivity. Like the whole conversation's got to be about, was the punishment too much? Did the league overreach? Was the investigation flawed? Yes. Like all that stuff, obviously. When you sit there and go, they didn't do it, the ideal gas law? Again, that's hard for me to take you seriously when you guys do that.
The preparation of the ball caused the ball to, I would say, be artificially high in PSI.
To really change the pressure, you need one of these, the inflation needle.
The New England Patriots are the villain. This is a team people love to hate.
I can tell you stories. We could do another docuseries on some of the bad guys in this league. I played with Irving Fryer. I went into Maryland when Lenny Bias died in 1986. We're going to talk about bad stuff out there. And the greatest player, one of the cornerstones of this sport, and you drug his balls through hell.
No one would know the Patriots are doing shit if it wasn't for some guy in a dark alley who's a slug who hates the Patriots and hates Belichick dropping a dime. No one would know the football had 1/4 of a third inch. Every single quarterback who's ever played the position within 10 minutes is like, oh, everybody does that. I love it because you should be talking about us. The second people stop doing that, that means we aren't the franchise everybody thinks we are. That means we aren't the bad guy. That means we aren't the bully on the block.
The first media day that I went to, we got credentialed, legitimately.
Bill, Dave, Barstool Sports. We went out to dinner in Nantucket. Do you remember me?
You got it.
I caused some waves there. I asked Belichick if he wanted me to kill anybody for him. Like, does anybody need to die? Like, Mort, whoever.
If you need anybody murdered in this next week, Felger, Maz, Borges, Goodell, I'm your guy. You just tell me and we'll take him out, no questions asked.
Well, right now I'm just thinking about Seattle.
I offered to kill somebody for Bill.
I saw Mike Kensel at me today. I marched right up to him, and I wanted to ask him questions, and he ran. He ran like a scared little kitten.
Is he here?
Yes, he is.
Yes? Let's go get Kensel. Mike Kensel, right? My name's Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports. Can we interview you?
No.
We want to ask you about whether you were on the sidelines the other day.
I can't comment on ongoing investigations.
But it's being leaked all over the place. Someone's commenting.
I can't comment.
Who's commenting? Walk away, man. Walk away.
I honestly don't know Mike Kensel has been seen since. Like, I think he got, like, exiled to, like, China. And I'm not even just saying that. I think he took the NFL kicked him. It's like when you have a loose witness in the mob, you send them you kill them and ship them overseas. I don't know that cancel has ever been seen again.
We're back here in New York, defending the wall. That rat, Rodger Goodell, in about an hour, we'll be walking through these doors.
Sal Pal, I've run out of town about 5 times, and I chased him out of town at the hearings for Brady in New York City.
Any ESPN apologies today? Is Morton hiding? Are these questions not legal?
They're not wanted.
Not wanted, neither is this whole trial. This whole trial is a sham. I don't want to be here. I got much better things to do in the summer.
Can you just please step to the side?
No.
Okay.
It's just a standoff?
It will do.
A Western standoff?
Not Western.
It was a Western standoff.
I chased him out of town at Patriot Place.
What are you doing here? You know everyone here hates ESPN, right?
Have a great day. Thank you.
All right. I mean,
Appreciate you coming by.
You took some balls coming.
I am Sal Pal's boogeyman. He sees me coming, he walks the opposite side of the street.
David Portnoy, you're in charge of Barstool Sports, kind of the grassroots support for the New England Patriot fans here. Why did you decide to come to New York?
Well, the whole thing's just so preposterous. And I'm not just saying that as a Patriot fan. I'm saying that as an American, anybody who cares about the judicial system. We just figured, let's show up and support Tom. And if we see Goodell, maybe yell at him. So at least he hears us. And he did hear us. So that was a point for us, at least.
People aren't stupid, Goodell. People aren't stupid. This is America. You can't lie. You're a liar. Hitler.
Goodell was a dictator and didn't give a shit and wanted to have it out for the Patriots, so he suspended him 4 games, even though there was zero basis for that. It was just international waters. He's a dictator. It was crazy when we found out that he actually got suspended.
The NFL reaching a decision concerning Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. The superstar quarterback suspended 4 games. The team fined and docked draft picks.
One of the highest profile players ever suspended in NFL history.
I think Tom Brady's punishment, though, is way too severe. Tom Brady's getting 25% of the regular season without any conclusive evidence.
They want to send a message that no matter what, if you're in violation of anything that makes this league look bad, you will be punished.
They are going to protect the shield. The integrity of the game above all else is the most important thing. It doesn't matter if you're a future Hall of Famer.
When the suspension came down, I said I had to do something drastic. It's well, this can't stand. We got to do something.
Rodger Goodell is Hitler. He's literally him and Hitler are basically the same guy.
Somewhere along the line, it's we got to go to NFL headquarters. We got to protest. This is an injustice, not just against the Patriots, but basically the Constitution, innocent until proven guilty and all that jazz.
So how do we do that? How do we show them that somebody can't just act like they're a dictator of, Stalin or Hitler? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my car. I'm going to drive to New York tomorrow morning, and we're going to have a sit-in in NFL headquarters. I'm not going to sleep now until I come up with a way to take down the NFL. Music.
We kind of just quickly decided, let's go protest. So it was myself, Gaz, Feidelberg, and Hank. 4 Patriot fans were yeah, we'll go. We got in our cars, went to New York, got a hotel, and it's all right, we'll go do this the next day. And I don't think we really had any idea of what was about to happen.
Patriots fans caused quite a scene at NFL headquarters in Midtown by handcuffing themselves to one another in the lobby.
We're talking about a group of 4 protesters who, you're right, pulled the stunt off right in the lobby. These protesters tell me that they are from a sports website called Barstool.com, and their aim was to protest what they call the unfair treatment of Patriots and the Patriots quarterback, Tom Brady, in the wake of the Deflategate scandal.
A couple of people that I gather with some connection to the website went down to the NFL offices in Patriot jerseys and got arrested for resisting arrest. Why?
I remember very specifically, I was extremely hungover. And it was one of those, just get to work, get through the day, go home and sleep. And it was at the afternoon, they're hey, we're going to New York, get your shit together. And it was just oh my God. I wasn't even thinking about possibility of getting arrested or anything. It was just hey, we're going to New York, go pack your bag, we're leaving in an hour. It was just fuck.
Getting ready to do a sit-in in the commissioner's office. We have handcuffs. We are going to handcuff ourselves together. Myself, Hank, sales guy, and Feidelberg.
Ranting and raving about Hitler and Goodell
and how they're one and the same.
Let's let him just climb right over the wall. Let's just let the. You think when Hitler started, people who ranted, they killed him. Here, you got to stop him at some point, Dan.
We're going to defend Tom Brady. You know, we made the poster board and walked in a circle. I remember that security guard got in my way, and I just trucked him. I mean, I went right through him. He was a big dude, but I'm a stocky guy. I went right through him.
What was it?
Fire Goodell.
Cancels a bitch. Yeah, exactly.
Fire Goodell. Cancels a bitch. Free Brady. Fire Goodell. Cancels a bitch.
Free Brady, fire Goodell, cancels a bitch.
I bought sunglasses. I bought that black.
You had black all in your
I have a problem with painting my face black.
Free Brady. Fire Goodell. Free Brady. Fire Goodell.
And then we went inside and spoke with his security guard. And, you know, I was like, we'd like to speak with Rodger Goodell. And she's like, do you have an appointment? And I think I said yes.
I'm outside.
No.
No?
No.
And then we threw the handcuffs on each other and just sat down in a circle. And then I think they knew, like, what the fuck's going on.
I think, by the way, that went as perfectly as
You cuffed yourself like backwards.
Yeah.
So it was like.
Yeah, it was the worst. I forgot about that. It was fucking.
So he was the angle.
I was trying to hold a phone.
I'm gonna get torn apart in the clink.
Would you trade me for a pack of cigs?
Yeah, in a fucking heartbeat.
I know I called into Felger's show, like, live. And I don't think he realized what was going on. I'm like, because Felger obviously hates the Patriots.
Who is this?
This is El Prez, Felger.
Oh, Portnoy. It's Portnoy. Here we go. Go ahead.
This ought to be good.
Right now, live, I'm sitting in the lobby in New York City at the NFL offices, handcuffed with 3 of my brothers on the floor, demanding a meet and greet with Rodger Goodell. He did not know about this thing before the Colts game. That's a bald-faced lie. Why trust him?
Oh, I thought that was awesome, even though you guys are ridiculous because Brady was guilty. He was doing it. So, like, to stage some sort of hunger strike protest when you know in your heart that they were dicking around with the balls is just patently insane. But what a great, I mean, I don't even want to call it a stunt because I think that diminishes it. But what a great maneuver. I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
You guys making up Barstool yet?
Not yet.
Not yet, no.
Soon. How about that motherfucker who just came up? He's like, are you guys going to be on Barstool, you think? Maybe.
You guys want to get arrested, right? You're going to get arrested?
No, we want to meet with Rodger Goodell.
Yeah, okay, so you're gonna wind up getting arrested. I mean, I got the cops coming over now. They're just gonna throw you in the van. You're not getting out. You're gonna be fucking staying over in the van. I'm just letting you know.
Okay, thanks for the warning.
All right, guys.
It's always a fine line with the cops because you do respect them and, you know, they get better shit to do than deal with us.
Under arrest, we're gonna cuff you when you come into the precinct, and you're gonna spend all day there, okay? Now, if you don't come with us, we're gonna charge you resisting arrest.
No, we're not gonna do that.
Okay? So we're gonna cuff you now, and we're gonna take you in. Give me that ID.
There you go.
I got you.
But at one point, they're like, you're already committing crime, trespassing. We're now teetering on, you know, resisting arrest. And if you resist arrest, you're gonna be dealing with a whole bunch of shit different than what you are. So at that point, we got up. And, you know, I'm dumb enough. I kind of thought they were just gonna uncuff us and let us go because they weren't really being pricks. And that just didn't happen. They took us to jail. They kept the cuffs on. And we went to prison.
I just remember being like, you guys like, don't smile. When we walked out the door, I just started cracking up. Like, literally, it was like, what?
Good stuff, Brez.
Hate us because they hate us. Hate us because they hate us.
I was like, all right, job well done. You know, we proved our point. Again, not realizing that we're about to spend like 24 hours in jail.
I mean, that's really when I think you guys got big. You got fucking 4 morons getting arrested like it's OJ. I mean, it was unreal. It was unreal. Even Tom knew about it. You know, you see these fucking guys at the fucking court? It's like, what the fuck are these guys? Like, that's the type of shit he would say. Like, they're crazy. Like, he's so nice. Like, what the fuck? Like, what? You know what I mean?
You did what every Patriots fan has wanted to do since Deflategate started. And it sort of brought everybody together, the whole hatred for Goodell. I can't stand the damn commission. It's all we talked about. We wanted to talk more about that than the actual Wells report. Barstool guys are down. It'll tell you everything you need to know about Deflategate.
There were a lot of key moments of Deflategate, and whoever writes the book on this, there will be a chapter on the idiots doing the sit-in in the NFL headquarters. Because how many people get to create a memory in history? And those guys did it.
I mean, I knew they were going to be behind Tom when everything was going on. I mean, Barstool started off as Patriots fans. They are basically Patriots. I mean, originally, Barstool is New England.
So they went in there, they called a radio station in Boston, and they asked to see Rodger Goodell, and just said, we're not leaving until we see Rodger Goodell, or you guys get us out of here.
And in fact, he tells us that his plan is to go bail them out as we speak.
We were all getting booked, and they sent me in first to the holding cell.
Yes. Gaz was standing, because they had the crazy, the diaper boy. And Gaz was in the corner hiding. I've never seen, Gaz was trying to become the wall. Because that guy was so fucking terrifying. Gaz was in there by himself.
So we got one phone call. I called KFC and told them to make sure he had shirts ready to go. I'm like, make sure you get the free Brady, we're arrested, make sure shirts are ready. That's all I care about.
This is your one phone call and all you're worried about is me putting up shirts on sale?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's it. There's nothing about bailing out, nothing about when you're gonna get free.
We don't know. We don't know what the deal is.
All right. I'll make sure free Brady's up on the Boston site.
Hank, they have these toilets with no toilet paper and no cover. And Hank took a shit. And I do remember even one of the true criminals was stunned that somebody would go, he's like, what? Who just took a shit? It almost got Hank's street cred. They're like, who the fuck took a shit in this thing?
And then from some cell down the hall, we didn't know about, you just hear someone go, N-word, what? This guy who might live in jail just was horrified to hear
same guy.
that Hank was taking a shit. I've never seen someone so comfortable. Hank was sitting in his living room. Hank had a foot up, he had his shoes off, he had his foot up on the toilet, and was just lounging with his shirt off. And it was like your shirt was yes it was, I'm positive. I'm fucking positive.
You have no way to communicate with the world. So we really didn't know that it was even a story. And it's really not why we did it. You're just in jail trying to pass the time till you can see the judge.
I remember you guys playing rocks, paper, scissors to 100, and then it took a minute, and you were like, now what?
Yeah, there's that guy who was screaming in the middle of the night. Diaper boy. He was just screaming throughout the night. I want diapers. He was out of his mind. I mean, it sucked.
But so Hank and I had the diaper boy right to our left, and all night he was like, I'm the diaper boy. What was he saying? He was talking about my skin is covered in rashes. There's no one in the cell with him, just about his rashes, and he's the diaper boy. And then in the morning when you get out, they fucking handcuffed us to him. And it was just I've never flexed so hard, trying to not give my hand to the cop, because I was like, God damn it, this guy's been singing about his rashes all fucking night, and I'm about to get handcuffed to him and just rub hands together.
But once it was over, it's all right, fuck yes, we did that. It is in the legend of Barstool, but in the end, you're glad you did it because all the publicity and the notoriety, and it became, I think, the face of Patriot fans that day, if we weren't already.
The second that we got out, it was the funniest thing in the world again, because we realized we didn't know how viral it had gone. We were waiting for us to get out. Misery kind of washed off right away, and it was oh, this is fucking hilarious. Again, we're free, whatever, we're done. This is all fun and games.
Yeah, it was fucking jail. It was as bad as you'd expect it to be, and I'd never want to ever be there. And then you go to the court and you go before the judge, and there's all these hardened criminals who did real crime, and then the judge looks at us, and we all had our Brady stuff, and she just looked at us, she's like, what are you guys here for? It's oh, we protested Rodger Goodell he's Hitler, and she just kind of looked at us, maybe a little laugh, and was get out of here, you're on probation.
But it was an actual piece of news that happened, and I do think one thing that Barstool's always done incredibly well is capture the flavor of a fan base. This is literally what the Patriots fans were feeling. And Barstool was articulating it in their actions around that time, and it was legitimately memorable.
We went to the hotel room and we did the post-jail rundown.
Brady 4, obviously, we just spent the last 17 hours in the clink. Prison is the worst. Prison sucks. We can all sit here and make jokes. It was awful. And we had a serial masturbator in the cell next to us who was calling himself the diaper boy and screaming in the middle of the night. Like, I'm the diaper boy, my penis ejaculates, I have rashes everywhere, I'm the diaper boy.
Within 5 minutes, this Hank's sitting down shitting.
No toilet
paper. No toilet paper.
I think criminals say birdies. Like the criminals kept saying that, like, I'll fucking kill you, that little bird ratted on me. So I was saying that a lot, like, you're a fucking bird, chirp, chirp, little bird.
Yeah, but Cassie, have you ever been in jail, big guy?
No.
You're a bird. You guys are birds.
Birds.
You guys are birds. You guys are birds. You guys are just birds.
You were in jail.
So we did it at like 2 or 3, and you know we had to wait to see the judge till 12. So we just did a full night in the clink.
Sorry, I want a public apology from everybody, every man, every human, everybody to the Patriots. The balls weren't deflated. This is simply liars, vindictive scumbags who have spent the last 15 years getting their brains beaten in by the Patriots, and that's all this is. That's all this really is. It's a great day to be a Patriot. They hate us because they ain't us.
I know for a fact the Patriots love what we've done versus the NFL. It's just a fact. I've been with them. From the top of the organization to the bottom. They feel how we do about Deflategate, that it was a setup.
But I think that really put us on their radar, being like, oh, these guys are guys we should get in bed with, so to speak.
I know for a fact they are appreciative of what we've done, if just to embarrass the league over this. I know that for a fact.
It's a true fan who has the ability to communicate really well and be funny and be witty, talking to other fans. It's not overly self-important, authoritative people talking down to them. And clearly when it comes to Patriot fans, you know, the takeover of Park Avenue, you know, that Dave did, the sit-in and all of you were a part of, things like that. I mean, that forever has the loyalty of true Patriot fans. Barstool Sports is sort of the voice of who you are if you're a true fan.
There's the intimacy and the irreverence, which is what really happens, like in our household at the dinner table when we're just family or our friends or we're watching something related to the Patriots. It's like Barstool is just opening it up of what's going on in our home. I thought of the Holy Trinity, the three wise men, and I just said,
It's Brady, Belichick, Portnoy.
I mean, look, can you think of 3 more handsome men in sports than those 3?
We all love the support you give to the team, and I don't ever want to see you go to jail again.
I appreciate that because honestly, I don't want to go to jail. It was the worst thing I've ever done that night in jail, but it was worth it.
It's good for the diet.
It was good for the diet. Thank you. It was great meeting you.
Nice
and
meeting
congratulations.
you after all these years.
Finally, take care.
That was probably the most in real time. I'm like, that's gold, and that's a clip that will live forever. And in my head, I'm just gold. This is gold.
It just was one of those special moments.
If Barstool broke into like a world war and everybody was fighting each other and you could pick one fan base, the Patriots and Dave Portnoy would win that war. There is no fan base that is more attached to one person and one team than I have with the New England Patriots because of everything we've been through, top to bottom. If you play for the Patriots, like the Patriots, you like Barstool.
When I hear Barstool and I'm like out of the New England area and people are talking about it somewhere else, I'm just like dying laughing. Like I know all about Barstool. I read it from basically the beginning. It's just classic.
I mean, I think it hits a wide range of ages with, you know, the content suppliers from Barstool. I mean, you got guys that are my age, 30, and you know, you got all these guys that kind of can relate with that humor, and then also the younger guys as well. So
I think the ownership group there, led by Mr. Kraft and of course Jonathan, have a great understanding as to what people want. He gets the entertainment game. They get the entertainment business. And it's not just football, making money for them. And they know how important Barstool is to young people, so you better not miss that demographic.
A lot of the sort of embracing of Barstool now is like, okay, like we're not going to ignore them. They're not going away. So we either embrace them and get on their team, or look like dicks.
The same reason I think professional athletes feel comfortable and able to open up when having conversations with people is why there's such a huge following. Because people I think you just feel connected to it. Like you feel like you're one of the guys, you like the same stuff, you laugh at the same stuff, you kind of talk the same way.
I can tell you this from the bottom of my heart, first-hand accounts, the Patriots fucking hate Rodger Goodell in the NFL. They can't say it, they hate it. They hate it as much as every fan does. So to have a fairly big media organization out there basically saying what you can't say, who wouldn't love that?
Jail sucked.
I didn't think it was that bad. I slept, I fucking fell asleep. I snored. I imagine it was really bad for Henry, but for me it was fine. Do it again in a heartbeat.
If Rodger Goodell just said, Barstool, we accept you, like he's so stupid and so arrogant and so airheaded that he has managed to make Barstool still the outside renegade company, even though we've grown so big. So he's played right into my hands. I have him on like puppet strings, like dance, Rodger, dance.